Hi, everyone. It's my great pleasure to talk on Web3 Festival of Hong Kong. My name is Victor. I am founder of and CEO of NameFi, an EIP editor. And today I'd like to talk about Bento, bring the next $1 trillion on-chain towards massive adoption of RWA NFTs. We've seen the world evolve over generations of technology, electricity, internet, and blockchain. Most of human beings alive today grew up after the adoption of electricity. If you are old enough, you might experience a time when internet first become available to you, or smartphone first become available to you. But unless you're a teenager or younger, most of us witness the emergence of blockchain. They represent the access to the network of energy, information, and trust. If you can still remember it, every generation start with primitives that are very basics. Electricity start with light bulb. Internet's first killer application is email. And blockchain was token. But these primitives are just a beginning. These early adoptions against its adoptions and infrastructure and technology brought about also enables later, more sophisticated applications. And that's how TV came after light bulb and air conditioning came after refrigerators, or browsers and video streamings was enabled for the infrastructure built for it by the infrastructure built for emails. For blockchain, it does certainly not stop at the stage of meme coins. But before that, studying the primitives still help us better understand why we adopt the new generation of technologies. In my view, the world is inevitably moving on-chain. All assets are gonna be on-chain. But it is a little bit hard to explain why. I think it's easier for me to start with email because it replaced physical mails. The speed of physical mail usually are in a matter of days, but emails can be seconds. If you think about it, Visa and NASDAQ and all traditional financial system still settles at the time range of days, while blockchain enables from minutes to seconds settlements. But not just that, creating an account to receive physical mails involves getting a room, getting an office, but it's just a few clicks on emails. Likewise, the convenience of creating an account on blockchain and start receiving payments are not seen before. And programmability is what even more important. That's what enables application to send you notifications, website to ask for your email notifications. Likewise, blockchain enables DeFi, chaining promised actions automatically. But blockchain adoptions will not stop right there. There are many things beyond the initial primitives in the form of tokens. For example, 2017, every project is busy with issuing tokens. Some are blockchain native tokens, some are meme coins. That's what we call ICO rush. But in 2020, we saw DeFi summer. Swapping, staking, and much of the financial magics would not be possible without a solid foundation of stable coins, such as USDC and USDT. They power other tokens and DeFi ecosystem with a sense of stability and something to anchor your value on. That's what we call the RWA 1.0. We predict a similar thing happened to NFT too. The year 2021 was the major peak of meme NFT and native NFTs. It lasts until 2022 and has experienced some down cycle. But in 2024, we see a return with increased popularity of project building on the goal of bringing more new real-world assets of NFTs. Now, coins and mint NFTs had a lot of credit for driving the adoption, especially for bringing funding to build those infrastructures such as wallet, exchange, and DeFi's. They are the primitive, but they have built the infrastructure to enable what's later. Just like how ERC20 enabled, starting from fun and then stable coins, and then people are starting to look at coins that have return and usage. We also see an increased adoption path from easy to hard. Fungible assets like stable coins, I would put in the first stage. And then it will be digital asset that's easier to adopt, easier to tokenize, and later physical and intangible assets. For example, I built NameFi to tokenize domain names, and every of these three assets is in a matter of hundreds of $billions. Together, we can bring the next trillion dollars on chain. That's what we call bento. But still, even if these primitives application like Mincoin have brought the infrastructure funding and applications a lot to support them, using them to model the real world assets still very far from reality. It's like assuming a cow, trying to model the mechanics of a cow, begin with saying, let's assume it's a perfect sphere in a vacuum. It's not. It's not in the vacuum. If we want to model the real world assets and bring the next $1 trillion on chain, we have to deal with reality. For example, if we tokenize a patent, it can expire. It can get challenged. If we tokenize a real estate, we don't want it to be owned by the bank and then locked up by the bank. We have to be able to still use it. That's what the mortgage is for. The challenge of tokenizing RWAs involves many of them. And however easy it is to doing it, the first application to get those resolved, the first they can get them tokenized. For example, how easy is it to represent on chain, to enforce ownership on chain, to express derived power on chain and receive status updates on chain, and whether it is easy to on-ramp or off-ramp, and how do we get the income from these assets, or how do we share the cost and make them representable on chain. Solving one of them may not be rocket science, but getting the ecosystem for it is very hard. For example, if you tokenize a house, how do you see it from your wallet? That's what we bring about the concept of build in the open or think open. It was famously said by Apple to think different, but we here advocate for think open. In the past, we have seen great last generation of technology companies like Apple and Google build great network effects. This is what enables Apple to pull off app stores and have millions of developers create applications, and each of them interact in the ecosystem that builds network effect for this walled garden. But we believe Web3 has an even higher potential because of this open interoperability, the open network. For example, if a coin is issued in the standard of ERC20 or ERC721, any crypto wallets, any crypto exchanges can adopt them in a matter of minutes. And they can start interoperate with each other. That's how we envision in the future all assets to be tokenized and to be used, to be accessible right here from any application of your choice, any wallet of your choice. And that's why we push for open standardization. Because there are many other things that in the previous slides we mentioned, many other challenges that has not been solved. For example, there are many ERC standards featuring authorizations. And there's also NFTs talking about how to put a lien on an account on a property, or how to own an NFT or assets with another NFT. We built several venue to allow discussion like this, such as all ERC devs, the Forum of Ethereum Magician, and all wallet devs. If any of you are interested in seeing or following this discussion, or even propose your own standard, you should check them out. We also start to form standard coalition. These are a few that founders of projects that we come about and start talk about how we can standardize them and push the industry to start accepting more RW NFTs. So that's it. That's built together to bring Bento. I'm Victor. Thank you for having me here.